Hello everybody and welcome to episode 18 of the Chesterfield of Dreams. Today we've reached the month of December with an FA Cup second round game to be held, which I'll show some highlights on if I can, and we'll talk about how things have improved in the league. You probably see already kind of the improvement, but if we look at the actual league itself, we're now back in the playoff positions with just the goal difference keeping us afloat there ahead of Bradford City. So sixth place is very good news compared to being 18th and all that sort of thing, but it took a few wins on the board to get us beyond the relegation zone really, but still a very closely fought thing with Crewe well down at the bottom, and Tranmere, Coventry and Sheffield United occupy the zone, with Blackpool very much in the informed team getting out of it. So let's see what's happened to guarantee us that position. So the last time we met was here in October against Fleetwood, and we were beaten in that game quite easily by 2-0. A penalty shootout victory against Hartlepool is kind of what turned our season around here, as Roberts, DeVille, Harriott, Ryan and Hutchinson all scored their penalties, whereas Cardwell missed his, and that sort of spiked the revival as we defeated Oldham Athletic, followed by another win away to Shrewsbury. A thriller against Bristol City, really should have been a draw with all due respect, but in a phenomenal start for them. They scored 3 goals in 10 minutes. DeVille scored twice in the next 10 minutes. Then Owen Doyle got an equaliser in the 74th minute, but the top scorer in the league, last time I checked, Nathan D'Alfonso, had grabbed the late winner as we were trying to go for it. But we had a great run of games here, starting at the Tranmere game. After that really crushing defeat, it was another high-scoring affair, and Darikwa, Hawula and Baba, all names ending in A, very interesting. But Cole Stockton tried to put a stop to our dominance, but it wasn't quite enough. An OG from McLaughlin and a late goal from Owen Doyle helped us beat Peterborough. And then a first round game, pretty easy, against underdog team Billericay, or how you ever pronounce it. They gave us a scare for a while anyway, but Doyle, Bratton and Stokes all scored, and they missed a penalty, which was very important in our progress. We progressed even further in the Johnston's Paint Trophy, beating Shrewsbury again, this time by 2 clear goals. Moving on to Bradford, a big win here as Banks and 2 OGs helped us win, but they got a 90th minute consolation, which kind of wrecked our goal difference for the time being. Away win again against Millwall, Callum Harriott and Maurice DeVille scoring to edge out Wayne Routledge's early goal. And then just typically never ever use you're doing really well at half time if you're 2-0 up, because it never works. And it was proved very quickly as Graben and Jerome scored very quickly, and then Jerome again in the 64th minute. So devastating really. That could have put us 4th in the league, but we just have to settle with 6th position, and that leaves us with Bristol City, our bogey team in this series so far. They've given us close games each time, but we have an opportunity to get back into the 3rd round of the Cup for the 2nd year in a row, but we have to beat the best team in the whole tournament at this stage, Bristol City, to stand any chance. But in fairness to Portsmouth, they're doing a great job themselves, and they should be top of the league, to be honest, given their last run of games. And then we have Johnston's Paint Trophy North semi-final to play against another formidable opponent in Walsall. So this next week could define our season, and if we can add more dollar notes to our finances, that'll be great. Just a few things to mention as well. The club built its youth facilities for the first time. We never had that sort of request granted before. So if we check our status, what would it give us? We now have average youth facilities, so that's good. Maybe we'll get a level 2 youth level, as I think the lower the number, the better your facilities are. So that should be good news. I got my full license now, the Continental Pro, which has given me 15 attack, 15 technique, 12 tactical, 15 player knowledge, 13 man management, and 11 working with youngsters. It's not great. I was hoping for a bit better than that, but you can't really complain. I think you just have to learn exactly what you want to do at the start of the game when you pick your stats and build them from there, rather than being consistent, as your stats don't really grow. In terms of other news, definitely some players have stood up and improved. We're back to our regular 4-2-3-1 formation. Anthony Stokes, for example, has really started to get his cop on, and he's starting to score goals, but he's still a long way away from being an absolute clinical finisher. But he's definitely making himself useful again. Injuries, though, have blighted Thomas Bratton for a brief amount of time. Kingsley is coming back, Daniel Jones is coming back, and Jack Price is out for 4 to 5 weeks, and Sean McDonald's also coming back. So we've kind of been cruelly treated with those injuries, and Jordi Huila also coming back from injuries. So just a nasty period for that sort of thing. And we're constantly loaning out youth players, but we're promoting Adam Reddington and what's his name? Tipple. Yeah, Simon Tipple. They're now graduated full time to the first team. Whether or not they get the games is another matter. But they're not really growing their Movember moustaches. I haven't really noticed too many of them. But I suppose as the players get older, they might start growing the moustaches. But definitely the run of games have been pretty impressive, with Goodley Aribli being the top man in the last few games. Maurice DeVille second, Banks third, Huula fourth, and Doherty fifth. So the people are happy they're getting first team football now. Sam Klukas and Callum Harriott and Matt Doherty have all accepted my promise to them. So that's good news. What else can I say? Training, I'm just kind of mixing and matching to keep people happy. Derek was doing well, Cody Cropper doing well, and you can understand some of the people who aren't getting to play are kind of unhappy. But definitely a busy schedule coming up, and yeah, not really much to say. We're letting players out on loan once more. We're constantly doing it at this stage. You can see loan, all down the right hand side, and we're not really making much money out of it, but for the youth players who don't really get game time, it's a good idea to let them go. And yeah, so if we look at the under 21s, they're sixth place in the under 21s, but the under 18s are currently second, which is pretty cool. They're on their way to success. But yeah, again, I'm starting to run out of ideas now. I think we can talk about the game against Bristol City and see what happens. Can we make the third round yet again in this massive second round tie? It should be the show stealer if the hype is to be abided by, but we'll have a good think about it and see what happens. So see you in the match highlights. We have a corner from Stokes. He could only find the defender. Can he try again? Oh no, it's caught. But good start so far. The drizzly conditions are not helping our fast-flowing game, but we are passing directly, and with the winter ball, we should have no problem spotting it. And Tommy Lee will reconstruct another attack, and it's a poor clearance, but Jimmy Ryan cleans up Aribli. It's Stokes to finish. Oh, good save to the keeper's left. It was two-handed, and he really pushed it away to safety as well. That's creditable defending from the keeper. And Stokes! Oh, it was point blank range. He was the first to react, and again Fielding doing a lovely job. But very intriguing first 20 minutes. Chesterfield all in control here, and it's just a matter of time before these fans see a goal. And I just hope it's for the team in blue, as Fielding has proven me wrong here with another great low save. And still we'll have to consider... Oh, for God's sake, it's Greg Cunningham. Oh, that's very poor. And Sam Morsey's picked up a knock. That is exceptionally bad news. It's just getting worse for Chesterfield. and the manager Harmon is understandably losing his rag and giving away to Taylor. Delfonso finds Cunningham. The flanks are free for him to exploit, and now a swap finds Little, and O'Neill, no mercy there. Good tackle, and Jay O'Shea gives it away. I think we need to retain the possession, and Taylor scores just as I say. This is exception. This is very, very bad. Chesterfield dominant all half long, and they're now 2-0 down. The FA Cup is probably the most difficult tournament to win in this country, and it's just not getting any easier, and Aribley gets one back. That's lovely from the American, and his fellow winger provided the assist, whereas we've had about 35 minutes of our own, and we dominated those 35 minutes and yet only scored once. So it's just contrast of fortune as Jimmy Ryan hammers it over the crossbar. And again Chesterfield are banging on the door, and Harriet crossbar denies him, as often as you'd think, so you may as well try overload. We're spreading the ball around as the rain has begun to stop, and Jay O'Shea, oh goodness me, that was ludicrous. It's just a bit confusing now. Stokes with a free kick, and if my eyes didn't deceive me, that hit the bar as well. Extraordinary bad luck for Chesterfield on home ground. Osborne, Taylor, and Reid with an over the top with Hutchinson to stop him. That's great defending. That would have been a red card if he missed that, due to the professional foul nature of the tackle. Banks, DeVille, Stokes, he has an option to his right, but he didn't see it. So we're going to pump the ball into the box, run it defence. Stokes, and DeVille will pick up the loose ball, and Roberts is charged down with authority there. And Fielding, he's probably been man of the match. No, not according to the ratings, but screw the ratings. Sometimes Doyle or DeVille, it's in. Oh, I was covering my eyes in disbelief, but Gary Roberts has equalised, and if that isn't justified, I don't know what is. But Bristol City could respond in immediate fashion. Here's Friedman, and he's denied by the keeper. But another draw against these lads, it'll be difficult to swallow, considering we had home advantage and played much more direct, but it's not going to pay off as Fielding clears, and Delfonso backwards, and Little is able to pick it up in time. Raglan to Banks. Is this the last chance? Stokes to Roberts. Oh, it's over. It's over. What a game. And Chesterfield miss out again. The home fans will have mixed feelings about that one. We're not out of the tournament, but we're not through to the third round on merit either. I think we should give them criticism. They didn't come, so disappointing obviously. Here's a look at the other results if you'd like to see them. Any teams of note for you there. A few replays having to be played. Portsmouth letting themselves down against Forest Green. That should be noted. I'm going to take a drink. And the third round draw, we'll have a look at that as well if we have time before the game against Walsall, who are through obviously, or in the early kickoff. So right, so Sheffield United boss John Terry was at the game, and we'll see if we have to meet him later in the year. We'll come back probably for New Year's. I think we do play John Terry in the league on New Year's Eve, so that should be fun. But we'll come back on New Year's Day if we're through to the Johnston's Paint Trophy North final. We can comment on that, but I don't know when that's played exactly. But we'll speak to you again very soon. I hope you enjoyed, and fingers crossed in the FA Cup and the Paint Trophy. And bye for now, everybody.